Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy P. Welsh here with another episode of the Tough Talk podcast. Today, we're exploring the question of what our potential is. Our potential, simply answered, is unlimited. Our capacity as human beings varies from person to person, but the overarching potential that each of us have is unlimited. It's our We must take the abilities to learn and to grow from where we are to where we want to go. It starts by understanding the past, what his society has established for us, what has brought us here. And I think two ways that we kind of lack in our potential is some gratitude and humility. Gratitude is being thankful for what we have here, the technology, the structures, you know the the infrastructure that has been established by people working hard in the past that allow us to live the lives that we do today. The things that we take for granted, anything from electricity, plumbing, ice, going to the market. There are so many variable things that we just have to have some gratitude for to really help understand our potential. That is first and foremost. Second is to have some humility with what we don't know, right? Because we said earlier, what we don't know will always trump what we do know. That so our ability to explore the unknown, to go about um, being a beginner again, is what will end up unlocking some of our greatest potentials. You have to have that humility to be able to and shed your ego to make sure that you can start and learn something new in a different field, or to even learn somebody that's coming into your field and they might be able to teach you some new creative process that you're too ingrained in your own structure on how you got there be to have the vision on it. There's a lot that goes into unlocking our potential, and another aspect is just working very diligently, becoming obsessed with not the end result, but the process of doing the work that will get you one step closer. Once ingrain yourself in the process of doing the work, the little things that add up to that final product. See, the final product is only there at the end of it. And then there's no more journey there. Then you have to start a new journey. But when you endow yourself with the love of the process, doing the small things repeatedly over and over again, it gives you new insight onto what you can potentially achieve by working diligently, giving sustained effort. Nothing great happens overnight. Um, so, with that being said, you have to tell yourself a positive story, or you just have to tell yourself a story. There are so many out there. We watch movies, TV shows, we listen to live commentary, audiobooks. There's so many different stories out there, but the most important story is the story that you tell yourself. And the story that you tell yourself will either unlock your potential or keep that potential shackled up, imprisoned in a way. You can't let yourself be like that. You have to tell yourself a positive story, because once that story is, it becomes a part of you and it's how you operate. It's when you get up in the morning and you make your bed and brush your teeth. You've told yourself of the story, like, this is going to make my day better, doing these things repeatedly over and over. And then if you don't happen to do them one day, you feel a little off and you're like, wow, I'm not living up to my highest standard if your bed is messy or you don't pick up the clothes off the floor. These stories, end up becoming your pathway forward to unlock that potential. There's a little excerpt from a book that I was reading that I want to share with everybody, and it shows you the value of a story. And the book comes from Jordan P. Peterson. Oh my god, I always mess him up. Jordan Peterson's book Beyond Order, and he goes, the value of stories. Once a narrative has been internalized, it can be used as a template to generate new perceptions and behaviors. It might seem naive or presumptuous to imagine what actions the archetypical savior himself might undertake if he confines a normal life, but the fundamental purpose of religious narratives is, in fact, to motivate imitation. And he's just really referring to the story of Jesus Christ there in a way, because when people ingrain and say, what would Jesus do? It's asking themselves, what is the highest value they can imitate in this story, not to get sucked into the chaos and the despair of the mortal life that we all have. When when the stories, become internalized, and you can just repeat them over and over again, that's how we end up generating good potential future outcomes for ourselves, and more so for the loved ones around us, and for the generation that comes after us. We have to instill those stories. And if our stories are not of the highest values, if they if they propel us into the negative direction, down into the abyss, saying, "Oh, we're all doom and gloomed," then we're losing our basic fundamentals of potential. We're not living with gratitude, and we're not living with humility. Once we access those thresholds and tell that internal story to ourselves, and that we can live and manifest our greatest good, that's when we unlock our potential. And our potential is unlimited. Each and every one of us has a potential that nobody else can unlock except ourselves. And that power that's inside of all of us, we must shine light onto the world. That's how we make the world a better place. That's how we stop the doom and gloom and suffering for so many people that, don't even tell themselves the stories of their highest potential and unlocking it, because they live in societies that they're ungrateful for, and they don't have, and the people that run them have no humility to put themselves in the position of the lower tier people in their, the lower status of those. Remember, we're all human beings. We all have that love in us, and we just are trying to unlock it. Tell beautiful stories to one another. Be grateful for everything that you have, and don't be afraid to listen to the people below you, because they might shed some new light onto something that will help you unlock your future potential. If you have any questions, catch me at twitch.tv/pwelsh. We're live there Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays. If you have any questions, leave some comments below on what other questions you would like me to talk about. One love, everybody. Peace out.